This is the continuation of STEAM Saturday, problem 1, where we use the law of conservation of energy to confirm that our answers were correct. So first I'm defining V1 to be 13.897 volts, V2 to be 5.844 volts, V3 to be 3.348 volts, and V4 to equal 7.547 volts. After that, we're going to create the law of conservation of energy table, where the first column is the element, the second column is the voltage, the third column is the current, and the fourth column is the power. So next we list all the current sources, and then we put the values for the current sources on the tables. So 2 amps, 3 amps, 1 amp, and 4 amps. And then after that, we are now going to use our node voltages to find the voltages for each of those current sources. The voltage for 3 amps is V1. The voltage for the 1 amp is V2, and the voltage for the 4 amp is V4, and the voltage for the 2 amp is V4 minus V2. So now that we have the currents and we have the voltages, we can find the power. Remember, current into the negative and out of the positive will be delivered. So that means that the 2 amp current source delivers 3.406 watts, and the 3 amp current source delivers negative 41.691 watts. And current goes into the positive and out of the negative for the 1 amp current source. So it absorbs 5.844 watts. And then the 4 amp current source delivers negative 30.188 watts. So now we're going to list all the resistors: 10 ohms, 4 ohms, 2 ohms, 5 ohms, 8 ohms, and 1 ohm. And we're going to use the node voltages to find the voltages across the resistors, then find the current and the power. Resistors always drop voltage and absorb power. So we need to make sure they're all positive. And so the first one we're going to have is that it's V1 for the 10 ohm resistor, and then use Ohm's law to find the current, V1 divided by 10, and then find the power, which is 19.3127 watts. Then we're going to find the voltage for the V4, which is V3, and divide that by 4 to get the current, and it's 2.8 watts. Then the voltage for the 2 ohm is V4, and then we're going to use Ohm's law to find the current, and then the power is 28.4786 watts. Then V1 minus V3 is the voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. So then we're going to find that voltage and use that to find the current, and then that's 12.97 watts. Then for the 8 ohm resistor, the voltage is V2 minus V3. We're going to find the current, and then the power is 0.77875 watts. For the other 8 ohm resistor, the voltage is V4 minus V3, which is 4.199. Then we find the current, and it absorbs 2.2 watts. And finally, the 1 ohm resistor, the voltage there is V4 minus V2. The current is 1.703, and it absorbs 2.9 watts. I find the total, and it should be 0, and it is, except for a little bit of rounding error. So this obeys the law of conservation of energy.